Hey, Maximizers! Welcome to my live. If this is your first time watching, welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Crystal Maximizer. I am a strategic money coach, and I help women make money by creating a profitable business from scratch. I'm very excited for tonight's live. I posted a YouTube video today on 5 business lessons that I learned. And I wanted to take 3 of those lessons. I wrote them down on my little sticky note. I wanted to take 3 of those lessons and talk to y'all today about how these 3 business lessons have helped me. Hey, D, have helped me grow in business and in life. Because D, my biz bestie, actually said this early in her live that when we start a business, we thought that we just start in a business, but it's really this life-changing spiritual experience that's very hard to explain unless you've been in it. Like you grow so much as a person when you have a business. So I would love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from and if you have a business, yes or no. Do you have a business? Yes or no? Hey, Barbara. Hey, Eduardo. So let me know in the comments where you're watching from and if you have a business, yes or no. And I'm going to share with you these 5 business lessons. One of them is really specific for business. The other 2 can be applied to all areas of your life. She said, yes, the growth you never knew you needed. Yes, it's like a wild ride, a roller coaster of high highs and low lows that I don't want to get off. So, Carolina, Eduardo, you said you have businesses. Let me know what your businesses are in the chat. I would love to hear from you. But I'm going to dig into these 3 business lessons because Bay has cooked dinner and he's like, I'm ready to eat dinner and watch a movie. So, we're going to do this expeditiously, okay? So, the first business lesson, if you have a business, if you are thinking about starting a business, if you used to have a business and you want to restart it, the number one lesson that I learned, and I learned this in the first year of my business, is you need an email list. You should not be out here selling anything. Carolina Chanel says, I sell journals. Okay. You should not be out here without an email list. You should not be selling without having an email service provider and collecting the names, the emails, and even potentially phone numbers of potential clients, actual clients, past clients. Anyone who wants to work with you should be on your email list. You need an email list. I made the grave mistake of starting my YouTube channel. I knew that I was going to sell eventually, but it wasn't my main focus. So I didn't start my email list until I think June or July. And I had started my YouTube channel in August. So almost a year. It was like 9 months before I started an email list. I had almost 15 or 20,000 subscribers at this point, and I just missed the ball of getting all of those subscribers into a place that I can sell to. Now, why is an email such a business lesson or something to have? An email list is important because we don't own our social media. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all of these companies can shut down. Put a number 1 in the chat if you lived through a day of Instagram not working, Facebook not working, YouTube not working, TikTok not working. I have lived through a day of all of them. And it is, let me tell you this, it is chaotic because we're all on Twitter like such and such isn't working. And don't let Twitter go down because then it's a conniption because we don't have one place to just talk to each other to say Instagram is down because Twitter is down. And at those moments, if all you have is social media, if all you have is your DMs and your likes and your follows, you do not have a direct way to reach your customers. If you do in-person sales, last night I was live and someone said they do a lot of sales in the marketplace. I had a client in my Brain to Business Bootcamp who was going to be selling at flea markets. Great. If you only sell in person, how will you prepare your clients for new items, new sales, new hours, whatever that's new, a new website, a new promotion, if you don't have a direct way to contact them outside of social media or waiting for someone to walk into your store? You don't. You want to be able to stay top of mind of your potential clients. So you need an email list. There's free email service providers. You can sign up with MailChimp. You can sign up with ConvertKit for free. There's so many email service providers that you can sign up for, but you need an email list. My mom has been sewing. We did the math. I did the math. My mother has been sewing for 47 years, y'all. She's been a seamstress, making dresses, making pants, clothes, not shoes, pillows, aprons. My mother can literally make any clothing item. She does not have an email list. So she is a part of my coaching program, the Side Hustle Society. And the next biggest project for her is to get her email service provider and start to get all of her past clients, her current clients, and anyone who's like, hey, I might need an alteration onto her email list. She's missing out on so much money by not emailing her past clients and her future clients to be at top of mind. So the first lesson that I learned that was a grade one is you need an email list. Okay. The second lesson, I'm gonna change these around because I want to do the one that's the most life-changing last. So the second lesson I want to talk to y'all about is get help ASAP. Now, this can be applied to all aspects of your life. I'm reading the book, We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rodgers, and she talks about outsourcing in her house. But if we talk about business first and then we'll go to life, get help. If you're not good with graphics, hire somebody to do the graphics for you. If you're not good with engaging on social media with comments and DMs, get someone to manage your social media. If you're not good with writing emails, hire a copywriter to write some emails for you. If you need help with your managing your email inbox for like inquiries, if you need help with putting together a very basic website, hire help. Now, I'm not saying hire like continuous help where you're paying someone every single month, but definitely start with project-based only. I'm doing a launch. I need to fix my website. I need some emails. I need some graphics. Hire someone who can help you. And I would say, look at getting a virtual assistant. Yes, Fiverr is great for that kind of stuff. Look at hiring a virtual assistant, someone who can do a lot of different tasks for you within your business. Okay. You want to get help as soon as possible. You want to start delegating some things in your business, right? You want to make sure that you are doing the $100 an hour tasks, because my main goal is to get new clients and support my current clients. All of the administrative stuff doesn't need Crystal, but no one can make Krys the Maximizer videos except for me and maybe Kinsley. But I have to be face to camera for my videos. That's not something that anyone can do, but anyone can respond to my emails. Almost anyone can respond to my DMs if I train them appropriately. I have a graphic designer. I have a community manager who manages the Money Saving Academy to make sure that all of the questions are being answered in a timely fashion. She relays questions and she screenshots things, and she does so much for me in the Money Saving Academy. Get help. You're going to start your business alone, but you need help. And don't even get me started on getting a coach. You don't know what you don't know. I didn't even think about an email list until I went to some conferences and I got a coach, and it was like, well, damn, I don't have an email list. And all the women at the conference, the speakers were like, you needed an email list yesterday. But I didn't know that because I was operating in a business of one. So you don't know what you don't know. So coaching, in my opinion, is essential. I will not be out here without a coach. Me and my biz bestie, we be coaching each other. I'm in a mastermind. There's some other masterminds that I aspire to be in. But I highly suggest, if you are a new business owner, you need a coach. You need someone that's going to help you with strategy. You need someone that's going to help you with answering your questions. You're going to need someone to help you with your mindset. And even if you don't get a business coach, a mindset coach or a life coach will do you right. You need support in your business and for you as the person. My coach helped me see so many things wrong with my mindset that I can now clearly articulate. I know that that's a mindset block. I know that that's a limiting belief, and this is how I'm working on it. I used to have this limiting belief, but now I'm working on helping myself get over it. Because a lot of times we're in our own way, and you're going to need support and help to get out of your own way. Because if I'm just sitting here in my way with no help, it's going to be a lot harder for me to get over myself, right? So get help. If you are brand new to business or you want to start a business, I have a program, the Side Hustle Society. It's for beginners, like 0 to 2 years. You're not making much money at all. You're ready to get things together. You're ready to go to the next level. You want to make $1,000 to $2,000 consistently every single month. The Side Hustle Society is for you. You need help when you start your business. I'm so happy I went to these conferences. I did a 6-month mastermind with an executive coach, which was awesome. Then I went into an accelerator program with my current coach, and I've been in her mastermind for the past 2 years. And it has helped me grow so much, not only in business, but in life. It has helped me so much. So my second business lesson was to get help as soon as possible. Hire a coach, hire some team members. And even if you only do a 3-month program or a 6-month program, or you hire a contractor to do like 1 week's worth of projects or 1 month's worth of projects, get help. Because if you feel overwhelmed, like you're doing everything and it's too much, you probably need some help. Okay. And the third business lesson, which in my opinion has been the most life-changing for me. I said this in my video, and if you haven't watched my video on YouTube, go watch my YouTube video. I go over 5 lessons. Go check out my YouTube channel. Tons of videos on there. Krys the Maximizer. This lesson was in business, but also in life. And it is, you get to be yourself 1000%. I am not in my business code switching. I am not in my business kissing anybody's butt. Like, I have clients, but I get to set the boundaries of the client interactions. So I am not doing anything that I don't want to do in my client relationships, right? I'm not taking on any clients that I do not want to work with because I get to set those boundaries. I get to say cuss words at work. I could drink a margarita whenever I want. I can show up and authentically be Crystal, and there's no kickback, because guess what? If you like me, you like me. And if you don't, you don't. And that's okay, because everyone is not for everyone. But I get to create spaces, programs, atmosphere, content around what I want. When I was working at a 9 to 5, you had to do what they want. You had to have the image of their company. Like, I represent Krys the Maximizer. I am Krys the Maximizer. I've created her into a persona of Crystal. Krys the Maximizer is a persona of Crystal. She's just maxing things out at the highest level, right? But she is me and I am her. Like, Krys the Maximizer is nothing without me, right? So I get to decide what it looks like. I get to decide when the office hours are. But most importantly, I just get to be me. And if you are a minority in any way, if you are a woman, and if you are a Black woman especially, you understand what I'm saying. I don't have any barriers to doing my job because I get to decide what that looks like. I never have to worry about if I'm being too loud, if I'm being too opinionated, and if I'm talking too much. People literally pay me to talk to them. It's the best job I've ever had in my life. Did I say that I can cuss and drink margaritas? Because that's like the highlight. That's like the highlight to me. But just not having to worry about like, oh, like, I shouldn't say this or I shouldn't say that. I had my boss tell me one time that the way that I was raised was not an excuse for how I speak at work. I'm from Baltimore. My family is loud. I'm loud. Hi, Dallas. So when I get excited, I'm talking loud, I'm talking with my hands. And for people who are not used to that type of atmosphere, it can come off aggressive. Me just being me is seen as aggressive to some people. Or have lobster and wine on your lunch. Yes, D. So not having to worry about coming off as aggressive because my passion is so there, it looks like aggression. It's like when Southerners meet New Yorkers and they're like, oh, they're so direct and they're so aggressive. But that's how the world is in New York. And that's what they grew up. That's how they are. That's who they are as a person. They shouldn't have to change that as long as you're not being like disrespectful and rude. But I was told that like I couldn't be me. And you want to know what else? Me and my biz bestie talk about this. I still have a trouble with this. I still struggle with this because a part of me, like I logically understand, but I illogically am like, this is some crap. Kinsley with her daddy, Dallas. So at work, I was allowed to be happy. I was allowed to cry happy tears. But if anything went wrong or I missed a deadline or things didn't go like I planned, I wasn't allowed to cry sad tears because then I was emotional. And to this day, I'm like, we can celebrate, but we can't be sad. And I'm not saying be sad for a week. I'm not saying cry forever. But you know how if something good happens at work, we get excited, we get pumped, let's have drinks. Why am I not allowed to have a sad moment? Because it's like, damn, I worked so hard on this and we just missed the ball. Why am I not allowed to cry? Why am I seen as weak? Because I can cry happy. It's the same thing. It's just the emotions are coming from a different side. One side is like joy and one side is a little bit of sadness. Why can't I do both? That irked my soul. Like, and then also the work smarter, not harder. In my business, if I'm doing something, I'm doing it in the smartest way possible. I am not going to go through valleys, rivers, oceans, and mountains to get to the end result when I can just click this button, buy this software, utilize this tool, and get the same result. That's another thing when I say get to be myself. Like, I found better strategies and methodologies, and they're like, oh, no, we can't do it that way because we have to do it this way because a VP who hasn't done this in 10 years says we have to do it this way. And it's like, but that's not the best way. And it also even just saying to them, oh, that's not the best way. That's also a problem. But in where I grew up, the way my mother raised me, I was allowed to ask her questions. Now, she may not have given me the answer, but I was at least allowed to ask the question. And sometimes it could be because I said so, but she's the mother, right? But I was allowed to ask the questions. I wasn't even allowed to ask certain questions. In my business, if I'm talking to a client or even if I'm talking to a brand, I'm asking every question under the sun. Again, in a respectful manner, but I'm asking every single question that I want to ask. And if they present me a contract and it looks funny, I'm like, that's not going to work for me, just straight up. And because they want to work with me, they respect it. Or they say, you know what, we cannot budge on this, but we can do this. And then if that means we don't work together, we're not working together. Listen, D, some of the experiences that I went through at that last job, so traumatizing. Ask me before you post something on Facebook. Because there was something that happened in the office. But I'm going to tell you exactly what my post was. Okay, something happened in the office and it really bothered me. But it was also around the time that a lot of Black people were getting killed unjustly. Baltimore was in ruins. And I was also dealing with some stuff like my mother had just had cancer. So I simply posted, never allow someone, regardless of their title, to let you feel small. Always stand up for yourself. That was it. I didn't say work. I didn't say school. I didn't say my VP said this and that. That was the post. Because I felt like things were happening in my life and in the world. And just because people have certain titles or they make a certain amount of money, they think that they can treat people any kind of way. And I was like, I'm sick of it. I'm standing up for myself. I don't care if you're a VP. I can respectfully tell you, I don't like the way that you just spoke to me. Or can we talk separately? If it's a me and you conversation, can we not be in front of the whole team? Because that makes me uncomfortable. I was like, you know what, at this point, I'm standing up for myself. Y'all accusing me of stuff that I didn't do, but I'm not allowed to say, actually, I didn't do that. That's like accusing somebody of stealing and they ain't steal, but they not allowed to say anything. Exactly what the police was doing to Black people, accusing them of things that they didn't do, and then they was getting unalived in the streets. Okay? So all of that was happening, and that was my Facebook post. And the boss says, well, how about you talk to me before you make a post on Facebook? Because some people thought that post was about them. And you know what I said to her? Because I was fed up. I said, well, if it's for them, it's for them. I didn't say anybody's name. If they saw my Facebook post and they felt that it was for them, then it was for them. Because they're stomping around with the VP title and just talking to people and treating people like trash. That is not okay. And you're not talking to me like that anymore. Because I'm going to say something back. So being able to say what I want in a respectful manner, I'm not out here disrespecting people. To say what I want in a respectful manner, there's so much power in that. So much power. And not having to like be small in a box and not let my great ideas come out. And sometimes the idea sounds great in my brain and it's terrible, right? Me and D talk stuff out all the time where we talk something out. She just did this with me when she was like, I'm lying to myself. I'm not doing that. But the idea sounded real good and we was hyped. And then once we thought about it, we was like, yeah, this better suits you. And that has happened to me where I'm like, I'm going to do this. And then I'm like, knowing myself, it sounds good. It looks good on paper, but practically, that ain't going to work. That's not going to be it. And being able to have that autonomy to change your mind, life-changing. So the third business lesson, which was most important lesson to me in life and in business, was I just get to wake up and I just get to be Crystal. No code switching, no ass kissing. I just get to be me every day. And that is probably one of the biggest reasons why I'm like, I could not go to corporate. I will gig work. My sorority sister that I work with, shout out to Natasha. I will work with her. I will do gig work. And I will be on Beyonce's internet teaching y'all all the things. Because I don't think that after having this freedom for the past 4 to 5 years, I could go back to having to clock in at a certain time. Now, believe me, I show up for things. Like I'm having events. I'm going to a conference over the next 2 days. When I do my gig work, I do have to show up at a certain time and wake up at a certain time. But I also decided I signed up for it. And if at any moment I don't want to do my gig work anymore, I don't have to. But I don't think corporate America could deal with this Crystal. Because, whoo, child, this Crystal, she's free now. She has broken out of the box and she is free. She is free. So those are the 3 biggest business lessons. And I learned most of them in my first year. And you want to know the funniest thing? It took me probably close to 2 years. And my coach being like, it's your business, Crystal. You could do whatever you want. For me to actually believe it and receive it. Because for 20-ish years of my life, someone else dictated what I did, when I showed up, and what I had to do. When I was in school, I had to do what the professor said. I had to work on what they said. All the jobs, you have to do according to the guidelines or whatever the job is. You have to do whatever they say. So it was kind of an out-of-body experience where it's like, crap, I'm in charge. I get to make the rules, the freedom I always wanted. But it was so hard to like, change your mindset to like, I could do this. I have a really good analogy that is a little bit off the wall, but if you've been in this situation, you might understand. And this is definitely going to be controversial. It makes me think about people who were celibate until marriage, where it's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then it's your wedding night And then all of a sudden it's like, you got free reign. I've listened to so many women, particularly, not so many men, but women say that it was so hard to flip that switch because you had been, celibate or not doing anything at all for a lot of them their whole life, or maybe they took a vow of celibacy and it's been like 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever years. And to go from like no, no, no to like busted wide open, it's a mental block. It's a mental block. And some of the women that I've listened to said it's taken them years to just be like, I'm allowed to do this now. I'm allowed to have these thoughts. I'm allowed to have this experience. And it was the same. It felt the same of like, you cannot do all of this. And now it's like, you got the keys to the kingdom and you can do everything. So that's my analogy. I hope that makes sense. Those are my 3 business lessons. Are there any questions? Those 3 have really helped me. And I'm still learning so much about business every day. And my lotion is clogged. Your lotion be clogged. I'm still learning so much about myself and business every day. Still learning, still growing, still investing time and energy in myself. So if you are a new business owner or you desire to have a business, I would love to help you inside the Side Hustle Society. It's a 12-month group coaching program where I help you take your idea and turn it into a business to help you make consistent money every single month. The 3 main pillars that we focus on in the Side Hustle Society are sales, marketing, and client attraction. We're going to help you get in front of your ideal client. We're going to help you sell to your ideal client, and we're going to help you keep your ideal client so that you can make that consistent money every single month. We work together for 12 months. The investment of Side Hustle Society is $2,000 or 12 payments of $199. If you are interested, shoot me a DM on Instagram or TikTok, and let's chat about working together to get your business jumping. Are there any questions before I go? I'm going to go eat this dinner, go watch this movie, and I'm going to Spring into Leadership Women's Conference tomorrow. I am going to do like Instagram story day in the life tomorrow. And I may go live while I'm doing my makeup. I'll probably do that because I won't have time to go live tomorrow. So I'll probably do a quick live while I'm doing my makeup. So I'll bring my laptop and stuff into the bathroom with me and show y'all how I do my makeup. It's a very basic routine, but at least I'll be able to go live for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning because my plan is to go live every day in May. So when all else fails, if I know my day is going to be crazy, I'm just going to do like wake up in the morning lives because I want to stay true to myself and go live every day in the month of May. Okay? So thank y'all for joining me. I'll be live here tomorrow morning while I'm doing my makeup. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.